Hey everybody, I've just finished up on the portion of the programming for our controller class this week, at least on the server side. This is for the families model class, and I wanted to show you guys the example, which is what I agreed to do during our team meeting. So let me go ahead and share my screen so I can show you guys what I'm looking at here. So to start off with, all of this is in the our GitHub repository. At least it will be here in just a second. All of this is going to, what this is basically going to do, and the way I've programmed it is I've just used the main class for now. This is in no shape, way, or form the final portion of this. This is just to get it running so I could demonstrate some of this for you. I've already configured or created all of our Hibernate configuration as well as our model mapping, the Hibernate mapping file. You won't need to mess with the Hibernate configuration, but you do need to add your class in. So basically you just come here, copy this, and enter and do another one here and just change these for like visits, for our visits table. So it looked like that. That's all you need to do to update the model mapping class. Let me get rid of all that. So after you've done that, then you can come into your actual class. These are the few methods that I thought we would actually need. So there's the add, the update, the delete, and the view families, which all the view families does is it just returns a list of families to you, as the client should be the one doing the presentation work. Each of these, I'm creating a session factory at the beginning. There might be a better way to do this, but if you didn't, what I was having problems with is if I didn't have the session factory created here and then just handing it off, one, that's additional resources, but two, it would never actually stop the program because the session factory would never have a close. So basically with this try statement that I have here, it's already built in with a close. So it'll try and then it'll do all this, and then once it hits the end of the try clause, it will close that session factory for me. Each of these does, so the first test I have here is it's actually adding a family. You create your family, or whatever your class is. Mine happens to be families. You create that class, which I'm just using the constructor class I created as part of families, which is over here. So I had two constructors, just the default constructor, but then I also have one where if you wanted to instantiate everything, you can. So in here, here, I created that, and then all I do is just do the family controller.add, and I handed the session factory that I created as part of the try, and then I give it the actual class instantiation of test family 1. Now in the controller class, what that does in the add family part is it now opens an actual session with a try clause as well. Again, this will close it for you automatically. Done. You begin your transaction. You save that transaction, which it just sends the actual class instance, and then you commit it. And then once that's done, it closes. I'm probably going to change this to where it'll actually do some kind of return true if it worked, return false if it didn't, or I might just do a try catch, or possibly throw something. Either way, I haven't really thought that through yet. But this is just to actually store the data. And then the same thing for these. This one is the update one. Update calls a different function, which is, this is all built in as part of Hibernate, or the session portion of this. You just do .update, and it will do all of the required stuff for you as part of Hibernate. And then same with delete. It's got the delete function. Now to get the list of families, you have to actually instantiate first a list of your type of class, and then call this session.create criteria, and all you're doing is looking for the entire list. You just have to give it families.class or whatever yours is, member.class, routes.class, and a list. And that's all it does, is it returns a list. There's a couple of other options in here, I think. So in here, but list is the one that we wanted to get everything and then return it. All I do is then return that list, and up here I just iterate through each one of those, and I have to translate it from an object back to families. For some reason it doesn't automatically translate back. But either way, it just displays it. So first off, I want to show you the database as it is. I've created this group of hockey players with random addresses right now. What's going to happen is this guy, he's going to disappear because I don't want him anymore. I traded him off. Yandel here, I need to move him to New Valdosa, so his city's going to change. That's the update. And then there's going to be another player that I bring in, and his name will be down here. He'll be the 15th entry. So we'll just do an update here in just a second. It's going to create a lot of these red entries. Normally that's a bad thing, but it does everything as it expects. They're all informational if you look. It's just telling you, hey, this is Hibernate of certain version, blah, 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 blah. There is a warning here, but I'm not going to go through changing the connection pool type, so just ignore that one. And then it sends out session metrics for each one. I open up multiple sessions each time when I'm doing this. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sessions that I'm doing in total. And then finally at the end, this is the list. So it lists every single player out here on there on the output. So let's come up over here, click a refresh. Now notice 5's gone. He's been moved, and I have the new player, which is just a different, same name. But he lives in Utah, which is much better. So that's it in a nutshell. You guys can pick through the code if you want and see what I did. It's all out on our GitHub. If you don't know where that's at, let me bring this over here. It's right here. Whatever. This is our link. I thought there was a way to get the link in here, but go to get that. And if you guys have any questions, just hit me up, and I'm willing to get on a hangout with you guys and help you out. And I'll talk to you guys later.